beer.
You're very generous here for opening one.
Welcome everybody to Foggy's special evening. We want to basically sort out the recognising the visitors, welcoming the visitors. So if we can start by asking all the visiting GMs to come out on behalf of their hatches. Sergeant, have we got a plan? Take it away! Who we got? GM! Give me a hand! Hey! Got it! Here's to the supreme dictator, Kim Jong. We've got Lester, the molester. We've got Cork Popper. We've got Gargoyle. And we've got my old mate, dog. Hey, son of a dog! Victory Blue! Hey, bastards through and through! Yeah, fist bump, so they say. Thank you very much. Okay, so one of the guests this evening include Foggy's family. So Foggy and his family to come up and have a drink. There you go, Foggy. Where you go, Foggy? Oh, Foggy! Where's Mrs. Foggy? Kim Jong.
You get paid for this or what?
Not yet. Depends on the results. Probably won't get paid.
You might get a big record.
Good on you, Donna.
If in limo, get out the bloody way. Oh, sorry.
In limbo. Take them away.
Yes!
Take them away.
Give me a! Here's to Foggy, the 200 Sorry, I was getting mixed up with Alright, Foggy, the 2000 brother.
I get it.
And we've got Donna and Claudia. They're true blue.
Come on, Carbo, we'll take a photo.
Moose!
Come on, Dodge.
You've done it 3,000 times, mate.
Dodgy. Come on, Dodge.
Hey,
We'll have to get him to do it again, Dodge.
you wait till we get you all outside with the ice slide. Okay, Sergeant, we're going to set up here. I think we need to keep Foggy up here. Special Sergeant.
3 shirts. Foggy.
Jürgen,
8 shirts off the gauge.
Here's your certificate.
Come on, stop this about.
There's a bag.
We don't have any badges because we don't do.
Don't give them out.
200 knackers.
Hey! Well done, Kanakas.
hanger on that. That's it.
Young to be
He had more hair than when he started.
Jimmy!
Where is he? Jimmy, take him again before I get
before Jimmy come here, 'cause I've got an LP of Scottish ballads, and I've got the Forgotten Monarchies of Scotland.
Knackers, look towards the camera.
What's it? Signs.
You're not making it easy. You've got it. Where's Jimmy? It's taken about 5 years to get from $7.99 to $800. Foggy, 2,000 runs, Knackers, 200 runs.
Masters through and through, live is what so they say.
Carrots! Not paying attention and worse than that. No, what talking!
See you in 600 runs time, Jimmy.
Come back!
So,
Come on, Carrot. Come on again.
so Foggy, the jumper. 2,000 runs, Foggy.
The right side shit.
Take him away.
Hang on for a minute, we haven't finished yet. Hang on. Who started bringing in these lakeside shirts? Okay, just before we take him away, so, because we've been overrun by Labour Party stooges, so I was, let's have a bit of quiet. Just before we take him away, I did say that I'd found some of the records of hash and some of the regalia and things like that. And what I actually managed to come across was the attendance records for the last 50 years.
Are we having an order?
We're going to run 1722. And in particular, I actually came across the signing-in sheet for your first meeting. So this was run 590 on the 3rd of June 1986.
Whoa!
And
That was my 6th birthday.
yeah, well, we come to him. So basically,
We can't find Jimmy's there.
where was it? No, well, I can tell you that. 33 Cricklewood Avenue in Frankston.
Whoa!
And it's Bruce Ramsey. So, listen, at this particular meeting, so that's nearly 40 years ago. That's only about 9 months short of 40 years. And I know you do, because I was going to say, there's only been 2,192 runs since you started. So as you say, it's the other ashes and all that sort of stuff. The GM back then was WC, the sergeant was Bee's Knees, and you were introduced by Kevin Butch Linton. And they're all dead! They're all dead! Listen,
Is that lasted him?
it was his bloody fault, but there were some hash members who were in attendance back then who actually sort of acquiesced in you hanging on. So, well, hang on. So there's Pussy. Get out here. Stooges. Snowdrop. I had nothing to do. And Sir Geoffrey. And in particular, Blimey and Angry need a big nose stay up here.
Tell you what you want out there with the beer.
So, now, hang on, just hold on a second, because... Take squares! I would just like to point out... I just would like to point out that all of those bloody miscreants here, there were two who were actually working with Foggy at the time and were actually introduced and brought along by Butch. So they need big ones. That's Angry and Tiny. That's big ones. And so they need it. Now there's somebody else.
I'm carrying them too.
3 runs later, Foggy actually got his number and his name. And at that particular meeting, Fabio was there, so he's in bloody trouble as well. Get up here, Fabio. And
Bellissimo con Fabio!
just for completeness, a little bird did tell me that in Limbo actually had a bit of a relationship back into that Kevin Linden family. So he was for dinner as well. So,
Give me a
here's to Andy before I forget. Fabio in Limbo, Homie, Foggy 2000, Gibbo and Pussy. And Snowdrop. There's a Jeffrey, Dan True Blue.
SDR, right? You should
Actually, that's the point you didn't mention. Foggy was GM in '92, and that's the start of it. We lost the record of the annual year. Foggy. Stay there.
Where the devil are you, Have you got
That's the worst beer I've ever fucking drank.
Have you got a friend as well? Sorry guys. Have you got a friend? Stand up, Kirby!
Fuck, you didn't hang on to that for long.
It was the hospital pass. Foggy over 2,000 runs has been able to maintain his height. I started off at 6'4". But it breaks my heart to part with this. I've only had it a couple of months, but I couldn't think of a more worthy recipient for what he's given to Hash and the fun we've all had with him all over the years. And he's been just a Trojan for the Hash.
I can't afford to get it signed on the last door.
There you go.
Thank you very much.
It's heavy. That's from the three.
Hang on.
Loving.
Come on, hang up. What was that, Foggy?
One 2,100 drinks.
All 2,100 drinks. Here's to the 2,000 runners. Kermit, Foggy, Steve Jews, and Quasi.
Come on, Foggy.
Loved it every time.
You can do it, mate.
I've been told that we're not going to have the usual ritual humiliation.
Shame.
Boom! So we've run out of shaving soap. But we're going to have some funny stories. And the first one is D2. Thank you very much, Gov. Pleasure.
Everybody here would have some sort of story to tell about Foggy now. I know there's going to be plenty of them, we go all night. But my story starts a long time ago, and Foggy, the sort of guy is, if you're ever crook, and I don't know if anybody's been crook like this, he's always one of the first guys to ring you up to make sure you're okay. I was in hospital once and he came in and I thought, how the hell did he get here? He said, I'm just stopping to see you. What, Dodgy, you okay? Yeah, I said, where'd you park? He said, I got the doctor's car park here. Another time, he was sick and he was in the Alfred. He had an aneurysm. And so I was out riding my bike. I'm not that far from the Alfred. I rode over to the Alfred. And I get there and found him, gone through the corridors and crap. And here he is laid on the bed. Donna was there, and I don't know if the girls were there. Anyhow, they were talking away. And all of a sudden, there was a lady arrived, like a nurse, comes in and picks up the chart and has a look at the chart. And as I say, Donna's there and I'm there. We just shut up. And she said, I'm a speech therapist. We've got a lot of work to do here. Tell him, Donna, I always talk like this.
That's a true story.
Dodgy, but I wouldn't lie. I was talking to Rocker the other day, because he's away at Mauritius, just about to come home. And he started talking about when he first met him at the Lifestyle Gym in the 70s. And apparently he went up to him and said, you look like you've got a lot of gay clothes on. He said, you were poofed up. And he said you always exercised at 1 o'clock and you knew he was coming because the postman was out the front. And he kept coming in with your boots on. Apparently he got in trouble. Is that right?
That's true.
Yeah, so that's about it.
Okay. Gibbo, what? You've got something to say?
Something's always
Thanks, Dodge.
Yeah, I suppose we go back a few years. Foggy started, I reckon, 12 months after me, and he was at Boucher's place. Now, Boucher was, well, he wasn't dodgy, but gee, I tell you what, he knew some unusual people. And then Foggy come along, and someone said that Foggy's best mate was it Gatto? Oh, Gatto, yeah, that's right, Gatto. So don't muck around with Foggy. Then I found out he was a hot dog salesman. But he was a hot dog salesman out the front of a disco, and he was a bouncer. And he was a big bloke. He's still a big bloke. And he was fit, and he's still fit. And he just says, don't fuck with me, Gibbo. And over the years, a few times he said, don't fuck with me, Gibbo. But he is a big bloke, he's got a big heart, and when we're really fit and running, and I'm doing under 4-minute Ks for 10 kilometres. Foggy was a big fella, and he just couldn't quite catch me. He was a couple of years older than me, but then when he caught me, I never ever caught him again. He's done really well. He's still fit, he's still got a good sense of humour. We knock him a lot. He's got a beautiful house up on the hill, and he's looked after his 3 girls really well. Yeah. All the best, Foggy.
Step forward, mate.
Dodgy was talking about how Rocky turned around about Rocky Chalet saying he's a poofter and asking him about that. I can remember up in Dalesford, we're in this pub in Dalesford, and we're playing pool and we're having a few drinks, and there's this big guy, and he was a poofter. And Foggy found out. He turned around and whispered in his ear, see the little guy over there? Got his rocket shoulder? He's fancy too. Charlie running around the bloody pool. Bastard chasing him. Got another one. My daughter and my wife.
Let's go
He's
back
cutting their grass. That's a true story, aren't you? Yeah. He's cutting the grass with me ex-wife and me daughter.
Any more stories?
I've got a ripper.
Okay. I'll give you a story.
This is the only man that ever gave up being GM in our hash. There he is. Yes. We were running from there was lots of Navy blokes back in those days, and his name was Scooter, and he lived at the Pean Highway opposite the pub in Mornington, and Foggy got up for his first crack at being GM, and I don't know what went wrong. The next thing is, you stick it up your ass, and he walked out. we were about to get a new GM. When he come back, I said, I'm sorry, mate.
I had to go back to the one getting fed.
That's take centre stage.
Yes.
Want me to get a photo, Dodge?
Yeah, get a photo.
That'll take up 5 minutes.
God, I forgot what I was saying. Look, Foggy's been a friend of mine for a long time, but the story goes back to Tasmania. I think it was Tasmania's 1,001 or 1,500, whatever it was. But we went to Launceston. And a few things happened in Launceston. Happy you'll remember that. They threw me into concrete and kicked the shit out of me. Angry, I've got to charge him tonight for drowning me with bloody buckets of cold water.
We used to pinch the ring off the bar. Took everything else, we took the ring as well.
Foggy looked after me. We went to the Murder Gorge. He climbed up these rocks and jumped in. I climbed up after him and I looked down and I thought, Jesus Christ, I can't bloody do that. And then I heard a couple of kids say to me, you're scared, mister, aren't you? Oh, I'm not scared. Anyway, I eventually climbed down to where they were and jumped in. But later that night, Bob, this is where he looked after me, or so I thought. I went to a nightclub, and there's a queue a mile long, and this is the first time I'd really seen the boy in action. And he said, follow me, Dodgy, don't look there, just follow me. I said, you can't just walk past the queue. Yes, I can, just follow me. There's a queue a bloody mile long. We walked past this queue, Bob, and I'm following Tony. And the bouncer grabs him and he said, oh, I'm a bouncer over the road. And then he keeps going. Then he remembered me. He looked back and went, he works in the bottle shop.
Everybody here, Dodge.
Tony did want me to say a few words tonight to really thank everybody for coming, his friends. He's been, if you work it out, do the maths on 2,000 runs it takes, if you attended every run for 38 years, like it's the 4 guys up here, it's a tremendous effort to get to hash that many times. So congratulations on that. Yeah. Tony sort of made the point about all the friends he's made, and he said he's made more friends and made a few enemies as well. But the cross-section of people in Hash have been a great support to each other, and it's great to see the Hash family here tonight for this special occasion. And Tony's family, they're very grateful for Hash because Donna doesn't have to cook for him every Tuesday night. Saved a lot of cooking over the years. So,
Thank God.
good.
Yeah, Foggy is not only he's not a bad swimmer and he's not a bad bike rider. So I won't tell him about Moosa Fog when I beat him. But Foggy will organise a bike ride, we'll all go, and he'll organise the accommodation. We get on the road, I remember going through Point Lonsdale and Foggy goes, I don't know where we're going. And then another time we were riding, I think it was down near Queenscliff, and Foggy was living in Lawson Avenue at the time, and I said to him, before you bloody move up the hill, make sure you dig your money up. And he goes, oh, fuck off, I like that. And believe it or not, I've got a joke about it. So Foggy is working with Dodgy 1 and Dodgy 2, and they're all cutting grass this day. And they all sit down and have their lunch, and the Dodgies are looking at their sandwiches. And Foggy looks at this and he goes, cheese sandwiches. And he says to Dodge, what have you got? He said, I've got ham, and the other Dodger's got chicken, so Foggy just chucked his cheese sandwich away. The next day, the same thing, Foggy's looking at his sandwich, oh, cheese again. What have you got, Dodge? I've got lettuce. What have the other Dodge got? I've got ham. Fucking throws his cheese sandwich again. And this goes on every day for the week. And then on Monday, they come to work again, and they sit down eating their lunch, and Foggy just throws his sandwich away. And Dodgy says to him, what did you throw your sandwich away for? He said, it's cheese. He said, how do you know that? He said, I made it myself.
I remember a run which we had, it was an A to B run, and we all got in the back of the truck. Well anyway, we had to sign the book beforehand, so we all signed the book. Foggy signed the book, didn't get in the truck. We all went out, Foggy went home. Anyway, there was a certain hashman that crossed his name out and wouldn't do it. He thought it was the book person anyway, and for about a week or 2 weeks he was bloody chasing fucking, and he was abusing the hell out of him. But it was angry that actually.
I've got a very short story that Foggy won't remember, but when I first came to Mornington 20 odd years ago, I'd just left Hong Kong, and I was a smart, suave individual. No, just as I was leaving, I heard this bloke saying, does he always talk like that? And I thought, fucking hell. Anybody else? Oh, yeah. Sorry.
There are a few, but I'll give you just my favourite. Foggy was one of a group of us that went to Tour de France and followed on our bikes in 07. And part of that tour one day we rode into Lourdes and went to the cathedral at Lourdes, and we got down and had a look at the famous grotto. And it's an emotional thing, I think, to watch the people with hope in their minds. There would be a queue 100 metres long, I'll probably exaggerate a bit, but 50 or 80, people that think they're going to get up and walk and throw the crutches away, or they're going to see again, or they're going to have sex again, whatever. It's probably, I would imagine, the second most revered place in the Roman Catholic faith to the Vatican itself. So these people are very quiet and revered, and as you file through and you see the rock and give it a kiss if you want, everybody's very hushed. I've already been there, and I've done a bit of an exploration round, and I'm walking back across the forecourt. I would be from here to the car park away, not knowing that Foggy was in the grotto about to have a look. He looked across and saw me. Hey, Bobby, take me photo!
One more little short story now. Foggy charged myself and your beloved husband Horse Brown, and Horse Brown had a JBC excavator, and he charged Horse and me. Our parents were just in the ground, and he said,
We are the biggest cheapskates that Hash has ever known. Horse Brown dug 2 graves and I supplied all the pallbearers. What a considerate gentleman he was.
Any more? Any more? Johnny?
Following on from Habitat's talk about being in France, another story. About 10 of us, we all paid our money to go into this cathedral with a big tower. And someone said, "Where's Foggy?" We look up and see 3 or 4 stories high over the very balcony, leaning up and said, "Where are you? What are you doing?" And when we caught up to him, I said, "How did you get in this joint so quick?" He said, "I went to the exit, I made sure it was all clear and I walked in backwards." Another guy right near the south, and then we each had a little bed in the motel. And all of a sudden, Foggy turns up, says, "I've got nowhere to go." He says, "The motel's booked out, there's no bed, I'm going to have to come with you." So I jumped in my little bed straight away, found that handbag and Foggy to jump in together, and there was like 2 big whales going. I felt really sorry for handbag because everyone that Foggy ran into, he said, "You won't believe I had no sleep all night. I couldn't sleep, had enough." It was bloody shocking. He said, handbag was yelling out his wife's name, Faith, all night. Foggy, he can give it out, but he can certainly take it.
Any more?
We're at the grand final of the local football league. We're on the hill on the terraces. Everyone's jammed packed, all tight together. And all of a sudden, Carris, who was behind, Foggy said, "Can you put a hat on?" And then Foggy said, "Why?" Once he said, "Why?" Everyone in the crowd was wondering what's going on. And Carris said, "Where I'm standing directly behind you, the sun's shining into your bald head. I'm dazzled, I can't see the football game." Foggy could say he laughed as loud as anyone that was there, and he said, "I've got feelings too, you know." I've got to thank him for all those years of entertainment. It's just entertainment of all time, Foggy. Boss's wife and my wife, they were walking along this street, Lanes Road, and he saw them, he came up to them and said, "Get out of this street." They said, "Why?" He said, "Because you're lowering the values of the area." Telling the Foggy stories day and night.
Any more?
Yeah. There was. Well, we had a run one night from Kirk's in Mornington, and we all got loaded in the back of a truck. And years ago, we used to run big distances. And anyway, we ended up running around Dramana or something down there. We're miles away, and we're all back. We're all in the pub, and the bartender says, "Does anyone know a Foggy here?" He's got lost. He's on the payphone. This is before mobile phones. I'm in Dramana. Can someone pick me up? Got lost. But actually, further to that, the France story, Jumbo confided this in me when they were in the bakery. And he was trying to order a chicken sandwich, and he didn't know how to say chicken in French. So apparently he got, and the woman didn't understand him. He's gone, "Chicken." She didn't understand. He goes, "Chicken." She's telling me, "Chicken." Put in his hands, and she didn't understand him. And what did they end up giving us? Salmon or something.
Any more?
Is there any charges on the floor or not?
In a while. Okay, we'll get back to it.
Oh, really? I'm gonna struggle.
Oh, it's okay.
Everyone wants to say thank you.
Yeah.